Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, yet another podcast somewhere on the internet. Like so many things on the internet nowadays, in pre-alpha, so obviously that precludes us from any mistakes or any lack of quality thereof. Mm-hmm. But let's jump right in, and I'm Henry, your host, and to my left is Lachlan and Nathan, my fellow co-host, and to my right is my other co-host, Ben.
It's Dr. Sue, by the way.
Dr. Sue, okay.
Dr. Sue.
We'll go with Dr. Sue if that is your design.
What did you get your doctorate in?
Yeah.
Eldritch sex toys.
Excellent. Good doctor.
How
there.
to please
Good.
the elder gods. That's why you're all still here. We're not in another dimension. You can thank me.
I like to point out that before we go on, that obviously this podcast is potentially going to be offending people. We don't particularly care, but if you feel offended, then do feel free to go elsewhere.
To be honest, I don't think we can do much worse than offending Cthulhu by suggesting that he uses a dildo. So, what could you do to us?
What size of dildo would Cthulhu need to be pleasured?
I'm thinking legit Titanic.
I don't think we could understand the size of dildo. I think it goes beyond our dimensional capacity.
Hang on, did you just assume Cthulhu's gender?
Oh.
Anyways, that's about as far as we're going to go. Moving right along.
I want to say one more thing. How can you become a doctorate if you can't even contemplate what Cthulhu puts in his vagina?
Now, all doctors do is think about what is going to happen. Sorry, I gotta go. Bye.
Okay, we've done quite well so far. Yeah. Just like all pre-alpha stuff, we've gone off on a tangent and into like broken territory. So we're going to try and reel it back.
I think it would be good to introduce the name of the podcast as well.
Well, actually, we're still kind of debating and deciding on that, aren't we?
Yeah, I suppose we are.
I vote we call it Cultures of Cthulhu Ftagan. All hail. Creator go, please don't pierce holes in our universe with your dick.
All right, we've got suggestions from Dr. Sue here.
That just rolls right off the tip of the tongue.
Say it with me, Cthulhu Ftagan. Go on.
Cthulhu Ftagan.
Yeah, I suppose it's
Damn,
got a ring to it. As long as we don't summon anything, I guess. Because we're not really well equipped to sort of deal with Eldritch gods at the
Lachlan,
moment.
you're going to have to go back in the portal, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm leaving, man. I'm really offended that you would even bring that up. That's kind of fucked, to be honest.
So I think the working title for the podcast is The Lounge Table. Mm-hmm. So for any future reference, that's what we're going to go for. We also drink a lot of tea here, so make sure you get a cup of tea.
What about Azotos A-holes? That's really good.
No, so that rolls off the tip of the tongue.
What's that one? Nyarlathops. No, I'm not saying that.
Does anyone here actually know Eldritch Mythos?
A bit of it. Before we proceed, anyway, yes, we are having some lovely cups of tea, so pour yourself a cup and join us.
I feel like we should ask the audience what we should call ourselves. I'm not sure we're going to be like Harambe's dick babies.
No, exactly. This is why we don't ask the audience yet. They're just going to suggest anything meaningful at the moment. So
to be honest, the audience will mostly consist of our friends, Nathan.
I want a Twitch stream so that people can tell me what to call myself, and I will do that.
At least to start with, we should probably avoid the audience. Like Ben said, a lot of you guys will just be friends and hopefully not family. That's going to be kind of awkward at family gatherings.
No.
Mum, I love you, but leave. Because like Ben was saying before, I don't know if I could sit here and attempt to be as professional as what a casual podcast will be if I'm constantly introducing myself as host number 2, 3, or 4 of Donkey Dick Special 7.
And Dad, you can pick me up from the watch house later. I know.
Oh dear. Excellent. We're off to a flying start here. And yeah, speaking of which...
So interestingly enough, by the way, we've got Dr. Sue here, but I'll have you know that we're actually all doctors.
Oh yes, I'm the most doctor of the doctors.
I'm a doctor of doctors.
Yes, exactly.
I diagnose
I'm a
doctors.
Full-blooded doctor.
Yeah. So Lachlan, what did you get your doctorate in?
Well, strangely enough, it was beekeeping, but I'm specializing in bringing all the honey, which is actually produced in the horn glands of the rhino.
Perfect.
So
good, excellent. Yeah. Well, have you been able to make a synthetic version of it? So don't have to kill them, chop the horns off, basically.
Well, no, I'm not going to go that far. That's just cruel. I'm actually really struggling to start with getting honey out of a horn of a rhino. I don't know if you know much about anatomy, but I was bullshitting you a moment before.
I know.
Don't tell anyone else, though, because I'm trying to make a living off of this.
I honestly think you just need to use your lubricant. That seems to do the trick.
You reckon? You think it is? Just get a nice grip on it and
get a nice grip on it.
Which horn are we talking about?
A little bit. Huh?
The
Which
horn,
one?
obviously.
The-
You know,
yeah,
We're talking
the
about
horn.
rhinos. What?
Yeah.
Right.
You need to get out of your work, Nathan.
I thought we were doctors here.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of which, to bring up the last but not least, I shall be the doctorate of hen teasing. Yes.
Hen teasing.
Hen teasing.
Hen
Yes.
teasing.
Yes.
Man, that's an A and an I away from being really interesting.
Yeah.
And if any of you,
Hentising?
if any of you get that reference, then one internet cookie to you. Well done.
I am the doctorate of hentising. I
Hen
hypnotize
teasing.
hente.
I don't know what to say right now.
I know a lot of you are going to assume something else, so be it.
I'm just far too turned on to think right now.
I know none of you can see this, obviously, because this is an audio medium, but I just like to point out that Lockie over here has just recently got tattoos and he's shedding quite a lot.
No, it's everywhere again, but it's all multicolored, which is very pretty. Most of it is blue at the moment.
It's like
to do
the
with my
world's
background.
most disgusting confetti.
It is.
Disgust. Can you leave?
He's like a human chicken. He just keeps molting.
This is absolutely beautiful. That
I
when
mean,
it's
you're
done,
pretty.
I'm going to be fan. Oh,
As
thank
you shed your obsolete skin and give way to the newborn Lockie.
Yeah.
This is absolutely fantastic.
Great.
It is very expensive. Like this is probably about $12 just laying on the table.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
You need to get your money back, man. This is bullshit.
Look, I should really go talk to my artist about that. Yeah.
You've been shedding for quite a while, so let's see if that's $12 and the number of days you've been shedding. It's
Winter's
like a
coming.
100, right?
Yeah, we're just
This is actually fresh ones. I get them done nearly every 2 weeks.
Mm.
So the last time we saw this, I've had another one done in the meantime.
Yeah, temporary tattoos fade pretty quick. Don't
I
they?
know. It's ridiculous. I mean, they're ramping up the prices on these. I mean, my arm is at the moment like six grand. Like this is pretty intense for temporary tattoos.
Dude, I can hook you up with free shit, eh? Like, I just go to the dollar store, they just chuck them at me.
Why haven't you done this before, man? You sitting there watching me make it rain on someone who doesn't really need it. You know?
Well, legit, I thought you'd be smart enough to recognize it.
You know,
But then again, you do try to get honey out of rhinos.
look, we're not going to make this a professional insulting contest.
Professional.
We
But that's-
could, I
That's my
suppose. Look,
doctorate, you
just
fuck.
This is just insulting all around, you know.
It's alright, I don't care how much in your skin, Lachlan. I think you're beautiful.
Thank you, baby.
The less skin there is, the easier it is to penetrate you wherever I want.
and we're back on the course. Excellent, good, right?
This is where the show was going, wasn't it? This
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but clearly.
We started on casual insulting, now we've moved to casual flirtation, and
Yes,
now
yeah.
casual orgy.
I thought that's what we're all here for, but yeah.
This interesting thought. Everyone at this table is a doctor of narrative. If I'm going to be really dicky about it.
Ooh, ooh.
Hands
And-
up if you've been a game master for a reasonable period of time.
Oh,
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Okay, can
That's-
everyone see this, by the way? Can
everyone.
we-
That's everyone. And it's great that we're,
I hope everyone's
we're doing an
listening.
audio medium and we're putting our hands
Out of
up.
my skin, putting my hand up.
Give it
Just to clarify for the audience, everyone put their hands up. So we've all been game masters to some degree.
Oh,
So
no.
yeah, so we've potentially that should technically mean we're all pretty
Some
good
degree.
storytellers.
I think everyone's been
Yeah.
pretty hardcore into
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like it's pretty easy for people to devalue their hobby, but you look at it like most of us.
Yep.
For example, Henry here has been doing it ever since he was 2 years old, as far as I know.
Yeah. I thought Henry was born because of it.
he was born holding a monster manual.
Pretty much, yeah. I came thrust out of the wound, and the
Yeah.
first thing was to
Yeah.
hold aloft the
Yeah.
monster manual and the dungeon masters.
Yeah, the doctor was just like, oh shit, I got to re-roll initiative.
Oh, okay, now I'm contemplating getting like a D20 tattooed somewhere on me.
Dude, you should.
That's a good
Should,
Like
idea.
just throw it
Totally
in there like
should, yeah.
casually onto this arm or something.
I was going to say, what you need to do is instead of getting a D20 on you, what you need to do is you need to put 1, 2, 3 all over your body, and instead of rolling on the table, you
I
just,
just
roll
roll
out on the
around?
ground.
Yeah.
I'll just get a big guy to throw me and see
Yeah.
how I go.
Yeah, basically. We'll throw you onto a bouncy castle.
That is that's a good idea actually. You need to get 20 D20 tattoos on you with the top of each number for each different tattoo, and we just throw you
bounce
around.
around.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that could be a theme of all your tattoos. Everyone is holding a D20, but they have a different side facing upwards
Yes.
each time.
Who gets the one?
Sorry?
Who gets the one?
Yeah, who's the crit fat? Stitch
Yes.
from Lilo and Stitch. Stitch from Lilo and Stitch holding the nut fail.
Oh, who is like the embodiment of crit fail?
He is a doctor. I guess.
No. It
Me.
should be Rincewind from the Discord.
Rinse. Oh, yeah.
He'll be a perfect nat one.
You
'cause he's-
guys aren't familiar with the Discord novels, are you?
We are not.
No. Okay,
For
well,
those of you who aren't familiar, basically, yeah, he's the most incompetent wizard in the Discworld universe. A series of novels written by Terry Pratchett.
yeah.
Lovely series. anyways, he's the most incompetent wizard there, has no magic whatsoever. The only time he got a magic was when a very powerful magic soul accidentally jumped from an ancient magical tome and sort of took over his body. Anyway.
But from memory, he's really good at bluffing about it, so...
Yeah, and his other trait that he's really good at is running away from everything.
I can respect that.
Yeah, but apart from that, he pretty much has the worst luck in the world. And we're back, and there was no technical issues of any sort whatsoever. Yeah, no. Yeah. Anyways, where were we? Oh yes, what's a good character to represent in that one? I suggested Rincewind before, and we're just basically talking about...
I like to think of Chris Redfield as a good nat one, because he dumped all his points into strength and con, but 3 into intelligence.
It's not a bad choice, actually. Yeah. Particularly after Resident Evil 4, I think, where you just got... I am totally just taking all the steroids. Yeah.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that during an apocalypse, though. I'd rather be able to punch something really hard than be able to figure out if I'm wearing shoes or not.
Yeah, it was Res 5, and I don't think it was that dumb. It was alright.
I didn't like it, to be honest.
Did you?
Res 5?
But the difference between 5 and 4 is just like he almost looks like a completely different character.
Do you mean 5 and 6?
No, I think 5 was when he got super buff for no reason at all. There's nothing to explain it.
No, but
6 was exactly the same. 7, they gave him a completely different model again. It's 7 you think about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's Chris in 7. Okay.
Spoiler alert. Anyways, we've done one.
Damn it.
We done it, boys.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Res 7 is the new one, isn't it?
It is, and what you're supposed to do with spoiler alerts is say the spoiler alert before you do the spoiler. But anyways,
I legit had no idea. You ruined things.
Unless he's a boss, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, he's probably not. I don't know. I'm blind.
yeah, I'm gonna move on from that in case I spoil anything else because I don't know. Someone hasn't played it, might still want to play it. So
I actually strongly recommend Res 5 if you have a friend.
Yeah.
Because like me and Nathan played through Res 5 together, and I think it was probably one of my favorite gaming experiences. Just because we insist on playing on a hard difficulty, so it would just be Chris punch, Sheva kick, Chris haymaker, then we'd run away really really quickly to hope we find more ammo.
I completely agree with that. I was playing through one of my other mates. Shout outs to Win if you're actually listening into this. You're probably not. No one actually likes you. I'm playing. But it was really good. I remember a lot of late nights trying to figure it out. Thank you for that interlude there, Nathan. I appreciate that.
I tried. I was able to sneeze or shit my pants.
Excellent work there, Doctor.
You tried
Excellent
to muffle it
work.
with a raptor noise too. It's like it did not make it better.
That was both hands at the same time.
Yep.
That was well done.
Apologies.
Fine work there, Doctor. Anyways, Win. Yes, you've.
Shout outs to my boy Win.
You should look. If you haven't gotten to listen, then that's your prerogative. So
Yeah.
That's okay. He'll listen back to this eventually and he'll get upset. By the time you listen to this, buddy, it's been a while.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with you guys. In terms for Res 5, I played the first in single player and I was bored out of my brains. But then when I played it co-op, it was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool now because I wasn't getting frustrated with the really stupid AI in it. You just did nothing.
Yeah, the AI was frustrating as fuck. Never played Res 5 single player.
No.
I think it's funny because all these, what do you call them, like AAA titles, I find them quite, unsatisfying most of the time. That's why I get most of my kicks through indie titles and things picked up in early access because they play with the concept. But Res 5 maintains possibly one of my best ever cooperative experiences purely because the game was designed to be cooperative.
Yes.
And I feel like that's something that's been missing quite a bit.
It doesn't help that a lot of AAA titles, even if they have an interesting concept, which sometimes they do, they'll then just milk it to death, and then obviously by that point everyone hates it, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, there have been 18 or something actual Resident Evil titles made by the company.
Something like that. It's ridiculous. Obviously, because there was all the offshoots and stuff that weren't the numbered series, but they were still official
they were
Resident Evil.
Yeah, backstories, weren't they? Yeah.
If we want to get into how overdrawn some of these titles get with the number of games, my last count at the Final Fantasy series, I believe was at Now, for those that don't know, I'm a massive fan of Final Fantasy. I actually have one tattooed on my arm. I have Cloud Strife.
Yes.
It's 68, I believe. 68 games.
68.
Really?
When I was going through, yep, they're not all numbered titles.
We won off, boys. We won off my Final Fantasy.
Now, when I say that, this was a couple of years ago, so I'm pretty sure within that time they may have released another one, even if it was like a.
Actually, have you
scroller.
counted all the mobile ones that they released? Yeah. Okay, I'm not
they're
surprised.
only
Yeah,
places.
it's ridiculous how much they have. Just like even if you just go by the number titles, they're up to what 15? Yeah, 15.
Yeah.
15.
So
was
even if you
the
just
one
go by
on my
that, that's
shoulders.
still a huge amount for a AAA series, and never mind all the offshoots.
Does Final Fantasy have an actual pen and paper?
Not that I'm aware of. There might be, but I'm unaware of any
sure
pen and paper of it.
Dibs, copyright, mine.
I'm sure there's a bunch of homebrews out, but like, with grounding like that, man, that universe would be so.
Oh, that'd be.
Oh yeah,
It's very
sweet,
in-depth.
yeah.
definitely.
What kind of system would you reckon it'd be like?
Something like that. Theoretically, you could.
Oh, it'd definitely be a system, yeah.
Some
you could put it
system,
onto
yes.
D20. I'm sure everyone.
I was
thinks
just
it
about
could
to say
fit into
probably,
D20,
yeah.
but I think there's probably something better.
With regards to that earlier Final Fantasy series, like 1 through 7 sort of thing, it would work really well with the D20 system.
Oh, because of the turn.
It's turn-based,
yeah.
so that would work in really well, even up to, you could go 10-2 sort
Yeah,
of
actually,
style when it's
that.
more of a timing system as opposed to turn-based. It's depending on the action that you take in 10-2. That'll depend on how long you wait until your next action kicks in, sort of takes into consideration exhaustion.
Exhaustion, yeah.
Whereas the further, more recent games that have come out, they're more being able to run around, more open world sort of style, more of your positioning on the battlefield and what spells and things that you're casting, as opposed to base stat increases kick their ass.
Yeah, the combat's very much different from what it was once upon a time. It's more sort of live action now, real time. Just as long as if they do pen and paper, as long as they avoid all the 13 games, I'll be happy.
I actually didn't mind the lore in the 13 games. Like the actual, I've never hated the story.
I'm gonna have to slightly disagree with you. The story was pretty bland.
Well, I will addendum. Fucking Hope is a little bitch.
Can someone advise me the main characters of the 13 series?
It's Lightning. As far as it was Lightning.
I think this blank look that you're giving us, Nathan, signifies you know a lot about this now.
Yeah.
I love.
Oh
Lightning.
yes, Lightning, the one with the flashes.
My knowledge of Final Fantasy goes to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, right.
Well, I have one of those as well. Haha, right there.
Right there. Yeah. Linking all back. But you liked Lightning? She was really bland and boring.
I actually loved. She was different to a lot of the other characters in the way that she didn't have a lot of depth on the surface.
Except for Cloud.
See, Cloud had a huge backstory with it. He wasn't sure of who he was, and it all came in towards the end of the game. Until then, he was sort of just a mindless hack slash sort of style guy. But he came into his own later on. Whereas Lightning followed that same concept that Cloud did at the start, the entire way through the series, and then leaves.
Yeah, but
So her character disappears, comes back in 13.2.
I think that's my problem with it. Is like if they'd just been, we're gonna keep it mysterious and whatever, so you can sort of inject yourself into the Final Fantasy world. I wouldn't have minded that so much if they'd been like with Cloud, eventually added some kind of character or interesting backstory to her at least, instead of just leaving it sort of an empty shell, pretty much.
Hang on a second. Me and Nathan are deciding who goes first. I do.
I
my
do.
dick. Oh yeah, he
Because
lost. I
would-
forgot.
Yeah.
My input is that I'd probably ship Lily.
Lily.
Is it Lily or Lilith?
Lilith.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
old chick, the gothic one.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The
Wait,
one
from-
with the,
from
with
10?
the yeah.
Lulu?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Lulu. Yeah.
Just the smell.
I can see that. Yeah.
Which is that's my kind of thing.
Everyone likes Lulu.
I
though.
do.
Yes.
That's cleavage and a half right there.
Yeah.
Even if you hate her character, you like her chest.
Wasn't that all the characters? Though? Like,
No.
Do I need to bring up some of these old characters?
What's the girl from 5? I think it was. The girl from 5? Terra?
Sheva.
Oh god. Oh, that's going back a bit.
Yeah.
It is a bit.
Yeah.
See, most of my knowledge from Final Fantasy comes from the fighting games on the PSP, Dissidia.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, they are some of my favorite fucking games. I loved those games. But that's where I get most of my backstory knowledge from. So I'm like, Terra, Tilla, Topper, Top, Tip, Top, Tip, something like that.
See, I can't remember a lot of the character names from the first few because it's been so far back.
It is, yeah.
I also played those actually on my PC, just downloading an emulator and trying to play through the old style games.
I remember you telling me about that, yeah.
It was so good. Because there was no direction in the game. It wasn't...
No,
it was linear, but there was no direction as to how that linear would actually fall out. You would come... you would find the linear path of the game by chance.
It's like, I'm on a railroad and I just don't know where it goes.
That was essentially the concept of the game. You're walking along a railroad, but they would have little blocks throughout it that you would just fall over and you're like, what the hell is going on? You're just blindfolded.
Although, speaking of Final Fantasy, I'd just like to say my favourite bit of it is the fact that you can suplex a train. You can suplex the entire train. That was one of my favourite bits of Final Fantasy.
And you guys are talking about Chris from Resident Evil being on steroids. Like, when you have Tifa from number 7, she's like 4'9", like both tall and wide. Like that chest again. What even is that? Yeah. It defies gravity. They shouldn't be that. Anyway.
You put too much thought into this level.
Well, it's not just him though. There's many fan art of Tifa.
Oh, God.
Tifa lockout. Yeah. Love you, boo.
Yeah.
Nah, fucker.
Anyway.
Okay.
Well, since we're on the topic of video games, we should definitely touch on the subject recently of Zelda and all the slight controversy around it with the scoring of it.
Zelda's got hot
shits. Yeah, in case you didn't know, Zelda Breath of the Wild came out quite recently on the Nintendo Switch, and pretty much everyone praised it to high heavens, giving it all perfect scores, except one critic that... Cricket, yes. One cricket didn't like it, and he goes by the name of Jim Sterling. I'm sure
he can piss on my dick.
Yes. I'm sure you'd like that, actually, but...
I would, but he wouldn't. That's the point.
Anyways, he had the audacity to give it a 7 out of 10, and this so enraged various parts of the fan base that they sent him death threats and DDoSed his website.
Well,
so,
to be frank, this is Zelda we're talking about. He deserves it.
I'm not sure I agree with that. But anyways... I know you're just saying that, but yeah.
Don't you boys talk smack about my waifu.
Anyways, I suppose the discussion is like, what does everyone feel about this whole pointless outrage over? Oh no, he didn't give it a perfect score, even though he explicitly said he liked the game.
I think the outrage is silly, but it is a very good game.
It is.
It is.
He even says it in his review. Love the game. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
I think
here are the problems with it.
I think he was just nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking, honestly. I think he was nitpicking for the sake of giving it one of the lowest scores because that would make him stand out. Because they say no publicity is bad publicity. So, he gets a lot of views, gets a lot of controversy. And he's going to get smacked down by a ladder very soon because Zelda's not taking that shit.
Yeah, Zelda's the...
The thing is, you're sounding a lot like all the other Rabbids fanboys that were posting about it. He gave good reasons why he gave it a 7. So.
I can settle this. Okay.
For a man who's never played a Zelda game.
That's not true. I played Minish Cap on a mobile emulator. I needed to know what all the fuss was about, and I was like, I feel like I'm in kindergarten. I hate this game. Why am I still playing it? About 7 days in. But I can settle this argument here about the whole 7.5 and the 10 rating Zelda Breath of the Ocarina Wind thing. Whatever it is, the thing that you got with the new Switch, and it's the only reason why people buy the Switch, rating that as a 10 would imply that it's on the same level as Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which got a 10 from PC Games. So I am inclined to agree with Mr. Jim Sterling, but I don't think anything should be allowed to go above 7.5 unless it is Metal Gear Solid.
So we've got Final Fantasy fanboy.
How you doing?
Zelda fanboy. Me. Metal Gear Solid fanboy.
Dr. Metal Gear Solid.
Excellent. Yeah.
But Henry, what is something you fanboy over?
I try not to fanboy over anything because if people seem to forget that being a fan means you're a fanatic, and I'm not particularly keen on being a fanatic.
Well, what's something that you just can't help but like? How about that?
Well, I suppose the only one would be Planescape Torment.
Which one?
Planescape Torment. It's an old BioWare game. Not BioWare, Black Owl game. It was an old CRPG for Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. It was set in the world of Planescape, and the reason why it stuck so much to me is because it was one of the first of those that was an actual role-playing game on the computer instead of just being an adventure game.
Okay.
And had a very good narrative, and you could actually roleplay it, as in like whatever you did, it affected. Like if you chose to be an evil bastard, the game recognized that you were being an evil bastard.
And it wasn't just one of those like fake honor systems kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly. It was very nuanced. It was very well written, and I suppose if I'm fanboyed over anything, that'll be it. And are you guys trying to snort that skin over there? That is a terrible idea.
It's collected into a small palm-sized pile right now. It's like...
Skin sounds like a great name for some kind of drug.
Budget cuts are really getting there. I need to get high somehow, man. Like,
Skin actually...
What,
Stop scraping it up with a credit card. What are you doing?
well, just for the record, that is Nate, not me. I'm supplying the goods. He's hooking it up.
And he's like splitting it into two piles. He's like...
Oh, we're going to share.
Take... Get your straw out, boy.
Where did the straw come from?
Ben means lines, everybody.
This can only end well.
I've done lots of drugs. I do piles of marijuana.
How many did you inject yesterday?
I drink it out of the bong. You drink the bong water. That's how you do it, isn't it?
That's exactly how you do it. I mean, nothing gets you a buzz higher than drinking all that.
Anyways, we've gone off topic again there.
Don't you roll your eyes at me, boy. I saw that, Lachlan. Just fuckboy incarnate.
I don't even want to be here anymore.
I want to go out and touch women.
Anyway.
I like women.
But yeah.
Women are alright, eh?
Yeah, they're
so,
right.
I guess bringing back to it, so I'd like to hear all your opinions on the whole sort of outrage culture that's flared up again recently. So, like, what do you guys think of it and all that? We'll start off with Nathan.
By outrage culture, do you mean like in general or pop culture or video games? So
just in general, particularly like the extreme reactions that it seems to be generating.
Well, if we don't want to get political, we probably shouldn't go there. But I think it's absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. We live in a very lucky country, and I think it's the way that people get so, what's the word?
Butthurt.
Zealous.
Yeah, it's great being here in the West Indies.
Yep.
What? I thought you were in Thailand, man. What?
Tends to sort of like.
You've been taking too much skin, Lachlan.
Oh man.
Why do I
ingesting myself? Why do you keep pulling that card out?
I don't know.
Seriously, it's not a good idea. It's only going to end poorly.
Well, he's got to cut it right, man.
It's a little chunky at the moment.
Lachlan, what's your opinion on the outrage culture?
I'm totally spacing on what the outrage culture is. I need someone to fill me in here.
It's basically when you get so worked up over inconsequential things on the internet, really. Like someone giving really a 7 out of 10 for a game.
Okay, yeah, that's going to happen whether or not we like it. There's been human nature to be upset over crap that we're not supposed to get upset over. It's very mundane.
Yeah.
It is.
On a side note, Lockie broke up with someone 2 weeks ago. No, I'm lying. Please don't hurt me.
I love everyone. I'm very lonely.
So the thing is, you only speak for one half of the table, and you're not part of that half.
Although,
there you
go. Since we're on the topic of... actually, we haven't got Ben's final opinion on this.
People are fucking retarded, honestly. I think if you're going to get outraged over something so silly, shut your goddamn mouth.
Sounds like you're a little outraged over the outrage culture.
Here we go. To outrage me.
I'm sorry, I'm outraged that all you guys are outraged. I think I should be outraged as well.
Oh, God. I feel like I'm tumbling down the rabbit hole.
I feel like I'm just Tumblr.
Yeah. Oh dear, we've hit outrage central there. So.
Covered in skin.
Yes, Nathan. Stop. That's what skin is for.
Stop. There is a distance between you and I. You keep invading my space to touch my dead skin. And then complaining about I'm feeling very triggered.
Oh dear.
Don't be so flaky.
Perfect.
Let me give you some tea here, Nathan.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, I really enjoy this.
If we're going to talk about games still.
Yes.
Well, I was just going to say, since we're on the whole outrage thing, the other thing that's caused a bit of an outrage recently is the release of Mass Effect Andromeda, and it's rather excellent facial animations.
A side note, does anyone actually know what Andromeda means?
I don't. What does
Andromeda,
it mean, Dr. Ben?
Unless you're talking about the ancient name of the...
I only know about hentai.
Well, Andromeda was the name of the girl that Perseus or what had to rescue. and she was to be sacrificed to some sea serpent.
What religion is this?
Dr. Henry,
This was ancient Greek mythology. So, and it's also the name of a galaxy as well.
It is indeed. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
I love Greek mythology. I'm actually writing a novel on said thing, and I can't remember this from anywhere.
Oh, he is a doctor of narratives, isn't he, lads?
I love it, absolutely love it.
Well, it's one of their more famous stories. He's also the guy who chopped off Medusa's head.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I may have been pronouncing it wrong, obviously, but before he did that, he rescued Andromeda, and then I think they got married or something. Anyways, he rescued her from being sacrificed, then went on to chop off some scaly, woman's head. Yeah.
See, that was something I didn't quite get about Greek mythology. I understood that it was a big feat to go and slaughter and sort of take out all of these threats.
Yeah.
But if they're one of a kind, I think we can sacrifice some of the people we don't want here in order to keep such badass things in existence. Like if we're running around and like Medusa and Cyclops and all that sort of thing are still chilling here, how amazing would that be? That would be awesome. And we have like midget cats instead.
Midget cats?
Midget cats. Yeah, the ones with like little stumpy legs. Midget kitties.
Well, you can get them. You just cut off a cat's legs.
Whoa!
Okay, well,
if these mythical creatures still existed, I'd say that if it was back sort of in that particular period, that perhaps the tales obviously were wrong. They would have been used as items of war, because it'd be easy enough to convince them to fight for you.
Yeah.
Until they're all gone. So it wouldn't be by intervention of us slaughtering them. I think it'd be more just pure warfare and then one god getting over another. Which leaves us why the great god Cthulhu is the ultimate.
I see what you did there. You brought it back. Well done. Excellent.
Well
done.
I'm proud of you.
Anyway, speaking of bring it back, let's bring it back to the whole Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, good point. So Andromeda's a galaxy, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. It's a great galaxy. It's got far better facial animations over there. Better quality textures and models.
Andromeda Galaxy.
Yeah, well, what do we know about it?
Facial animations.
Is there any controversy surrounding it? Because I feel like I'm out of the loop.
Well, it's just
it was mostly just people being overly bitter about their expectations falling way short. Because I guess because it was a AAA game, they expected the best of the best, and what they got was something kind of mediocre. And all the models, facial animations, but in particular, obviously, they were all off. And Ben's trying to give us a good demo here. You can't see it, but
I'm not doing shit.
Here you are, boy. Here you are.
That would hurt your jaw.
Nothing was matching up. There's also cases where people would be walking along the ground and you'll be crabbing along rather than just a normal walking animation. Some of the texture work was a bit iffy. Like, it should have been better than it was.
Like, I'm a games guy, so it doesn't really matter to me whether it's 2D, 1D, whatever. If it's fun, it's fun. My thing is, though,
I prefer to play my games on a straight line also.
If it was... The thing about Andromeda is, you're right, it is a AAA game. If it's a AAA game, I would expect that it would be finished. I would expect that the scenes would be beautiful, because if I'm going to pay more money than I usually would for a video game, it should be perfect, because otherwise...
Yeah.
You know, I played Minecraft and that was like $30, and we played that we haven't done it for like 2 years now, but it kept us busy for
5 years beforehand.
At least. Yeah.
But I think that's a good point. I think if this hadn't been a AAA, if it just been some indie game or whatever,
if it was $30,
no one would have given too much thought to it and say, it doesn't match perfectly, never mind. As long as it's mechanically solid, people would have just pressed on. The thing is, it isn't, and it's such a big franchise. Obviously, a lot of people have a lot of emotions and investment attached to the series, and it's a kind of a story-based driven game, so all that will break the immersion.
I've had mixed opinions about it personally. Like, I've had some people going like, oh no, it's like the gameplay's not good, the animation and stuff is kind of like it's kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back for them, which is why they don't recommend it. But I've got other people saying it's like, well, yes, there are these little problems, there are these little nitpicky things, but on the whole, it's just a small problem that the game on the whole amounts to something much bigger and better than that. So it's like, if you are, as Nathan is, the games man, it's probably at least worth a try for yourself. Like, by the sound of it, it seems like a kind of game where you have to make up your own mind about it. There's no definite way to say, yes, this is good or yes, this is bad. It caters to its audience, which is the Mass Effect audience that it's built up over the years. And it's also kind of gone, well, you know, we now that we've got the technology, we can throw the world open and do a bit more with it and experiment with the combat and all this stuff. So I think it comes down to taste, honestly.
The other problem, of course, was that it wasn't actually built by the A team. It was built by the like C or D team. It was built by BioWare Montreal, which isn't obviously
Well,
the
if
A
it's not
team.
American, it's not good enough.
Well, exactly. but yeah.
Stardew Valley, everybody.
Outrage kicking in.
Here we go. Yeah, bringing it back.
I'm outraged.
But yeah, like the previous work was pretty much just a few DLCs for Mass Effect and a couple others which I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, the resume isn't as strong as some of the other studios for BioWare. But in any case, I think this should bring up a good point to the rest of you guys. Is like how much would you tolerate from a AAA? Like
I would gladly
what would break your back?
I would gladly take any sacrifice if I got another open world Legend of Zelda game. I would gladly cut my balls off and offer them to the great Nintendo if it meant that I got to at least touch a figure roughly shaped like a Zelda doll.
You know there are Skyrim mods for that as well. Anyways.
Yes.
I do believe that they've released one not too long ago for that new Nintendo thingamajig. The Legend of the Ocarina.
Of the Wind Tunnel.
Legend of the Wind Tunnel.
See, on that, if we move away from Zelda and Final Fantasy and all that sort of stuff, Metal Gear Solid, right?
Here we go.
Now,
Let's stay away from
here's an
franchises.
interesting concept here, right? MGS has always been a favorite of mine, but I have always known that it is extremely, what's the word?
Buggy.
Clunky. Like
Yeah,
you try to run, you can't move and aim and shoot at the same time. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know,
I can't do that.
Particularly some of the
like-
older ones.
exactly the old ones.
The older
Res
the older
2
it gets, the clunkier it gets. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, there, Res 1, MGS 1 and Res 1 and Res 5
Yeah.
for that matter, you couldn't move and shoot kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Then-
quick turn unless you press the specific
Yeah.
button.
It actually made it much more scary when you did that though.
Yeah, it
'cause-
did. But if we go back to Metal Gear Solid 3, for example, you try to crouch, and when you want to move fast, you end up going prone, when what you really want to do is roll away and all that sort of stuff. It detracts from it that little bit there, but there just says, at the end of the day, the whole game itself was, hours of gameplay. And after you got through that teething, it was still enjoyable. That makes sense? Maybe I'm biased because I love it. I'm not as biased with Resident Evil, but I knew about it when I went into it. So if we're Andromeda, for example, I haven't played the Mass Effect series. I've tried. I think I've actually finised Mass Effect 1, but I forgot it all. Because when did that come out? Like years ago.
A while ago. That was
Quite a while back. Yeah, I can't remember the date, but it's been a while. Yeah.
I remember the animations. It was beautiful.
Knowing about Mass Effect Andromeda now, if I go buy that game, I'm going to it's scrapbooking, who cares?
Yeah.
But if I had been expecting this game to be perfect when I went and got it, obviously I'd be outraged. If I was told it would be perfect, then I'm in trouble. And they didn't say, hey, the animation's going to be buggy. They're like, here's another perfect AAA game, pay $80 to $100 for it, please.
Yeah.
Obviously, they would have been marketing like this. This is the next big thing for Mass Effect. It's going to be awesome, and obviously they're not going to advertise the fact that it's not quite done yet. So yeah, even though they had 5 years to do it, but.
I was just thinking actually. You mentioned before, Henry, like what would be the straw that breaks the camel's back for you? Actually, it brought up Shadows of Mordor is getting a sequel called Shadows of War. So if anyone's familiar with Shadows of Mordor, you're a ranger. You've got a ghost in you. You can teleport and do ghosty things. It's really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. And they're releasing a sequel that looks just bigger, better, more awesome, more epic than the first one was. And I'm super, super excited for it. But this is the problem. Is that I am so terrified of being duped by it. Like, I'm so terrified of them hyping it up, getting me so excited, showing me all these new and amazing things you can do in this game, and then watching it fall flat just because of like bad combat or boring combat, like not innovating the gameplay that made the first one duller. I think I'm just so scared. It's my baby.
Talking about that, if we're going to talk about boring combat, The Witcher 1.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. Look, okay, you guys asked before what's something I might possibly fanboy over or whatever. Witcher. However, even having said that, I would freely admit that there were a lot of problems with Witcher 1, including the combat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
I'm so glad I trawled through that game though, because the story was excellent.
I didn't make all the way through. I stepped away for like a couple of weeks, came back, and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah. Actually, speaking of story, that was one of the things that made me forgive a lot of the problems with Metal Gear. Like, I enjoyed the hell out of it, but I glossed over a lot of that because it had a pretty interesting story and quite lengthy cutscenes.
Interesting is definitely a word.
It was a very ridiculous story at
It
times.
was,
It went from talking about nanites and emotion control in soldiers to being like, look, there's the two main protagonists. They're dancing while they're dual wielding. There's Dildos.
Exactly.
And proposing at the same time.
Yeah.
I haven't mentioned any names, so it's not technically a spoiler.
No.
But like. That was going to happen, but especially if you played it from the start, it was all connected in some way. As ridiculous as it was all connected, which was why it was cool.
Yeah, well, I loved. I'm not familiar with the Metal Gear Solid universe. I've only heard it from what Nathan has told me, and I played the first 30 minutes of MGS5. First off, I find I'm in a coma. I have to crawl out of a hospital that's being attacked by a giant flaming man with a small psychic girl sidekick. I am watching everyone getting murdered by soldiers that I don't know about, and then right at the end, when I finally get out of the hospital, when my friend rams a tank through the front of it to kill the flaming dude, I then get on a horse, get chased by a fucking Ghost Rider of the Apocalypse, because the flaming man wasn't dead because he got crushed by the tank. Instead, he gets on a fucking horse and chases me, and the only way I can stop him is by shooting him with a shotgun, which slows him down. And we beat him by raining.
You know, that sounds identical to every single Fear game that was released.
That brings back some memories, actually.
That brings back some horrifying memories.
Did anyone here play Fear 1?
Yeah.
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 Man,
It was-
me out.
Yeah, dude.
That was a
I
good
really
game.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed Fear 2 as well.
Yeah, Fear 2 was fun.
It was great, and just again, we'll try and voice files, but yeah, just the premise behind it was quite interesting and kind of reminded me of Avon in a way, like Evangelion.
Oh, Evangelion, yeah.
The
Animus.
Yes, yeah.
Animus.
I like Animus.
I mean, they're quite different, but certain just aspects of the story were kind of similar.
Yeah.
The whole, experimentation
Yeah.
stuff.
But, Evangelion is definitely a classic anime. Actually, that's a good divergent topic. Nathan, what are your favourite animus?
Oh, here we go.
My favourite animus. I have a large repertoire. I'd have to say that probably my favourite anime would be Full Metal Panic from Wofu. However, I could also tell you that my least favourite anime is also Full Metal Panic.
Well, that's an easy pick there. You've got your most hated and your most loved one.
That's the span of my library, by the way. I have a bookshelf about 2 meters wide. It's got the one DVD case on it.
Which incidentally is mine.
Just for everyone's knowledge here, that entire bookcase is just filled with various copies of Full Metal Panic.
He needed to get all 7 box arts.
I actually loved Full Metal Panic. I really loved it.
I've only seen from Wofu, which is the ridiculous high
It's
school variant.
the whole point of it was supposed to be a silly sort of, but slice of life spin-off.
Basically, yeah. It's literally just the creators of the show went, okay, Full Metal Panic is mostly action with some comedy.
Yeah.
What if we swap it around?
Yes. Yes.
And I loved it. I thought it is by far my favorite anime comedy, mainly because the dub is so good. Like the voice acting is actually really good in that.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, like
Very rare. Very rare.
So to continue on my point, Ouran High School Host Club, another one of my favorite animes. Really liked it. Hated the dub of it though. The voice actors just did not do a good job. Out of the 7 people that were supposed to be funny, only 2 of them were funny, and it really ruined it for me. So having Full Metal Panic actually be funny was such a relief.
I gotta say the favorite thing out of that was the giant teddy bear suit for the disguise for it.
Yes.
I honestly think it was the kung fu scene in the dojo.
Oh yes, I won.
Yeah.
Now, I'm probably showing how into anime I am here now, as opposed to what I used to be.
You're disgusting.
Thanks, baby. When I first heard about Full Metal Panic, I literally thought it was like a sub-series of Full Metal Alchemist.
You fool!
And didn't touch it for the longest time. I was big on Full Metal Alchemist. I loved it.
Yeah.
Edward is boo.
Yeah.
And picked this
Engineer
up
chick
and I was
is
like,
fuckable.
this made no sense to me because I thought it was a runoff. I'm like, this doesn't even appear to be the same universe.
I don't remember
That's because
Edward
it-
going to
yeah.
high school.
He's a lot happier in this one.
Yeah.
Why isn't his mother an abomination?
It's confusing for me.
It's okay. In this one, it just doesn't have a mother. That solves that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. Mother can't be abomination if she dead.
So this is a question to all you weeaboos out there.
Yeah.
Anime, right? Okay, that's
What's anime?
Everyone thinks about anime in a particular way, but take for example, the Borrowers, Ariete, and the whatever they call them, but it's from the book for the Borrowers.
Yeah,
and any of the Studio Ghibli stuff, is that get classified as anime?
All Studio Ghibli stuff is anime. So
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what it gets classified.
It's just well made anime. Unfortunately,
Is there a word for that?
yes, it's called a good show.
yeah.
Studio Ghibli.
Like-
what even is Studio Ghibli?
It's-
Yeah,
it's-
exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about, Lachlan, because I have no
not a
eyes.
clue, no. Look, that is a good example. Like, particularly for stuff from the
Which
yeah
also
the
be
late
tattoos for
80s
that.
and the early 90s. For whatever reason, the animation quality seemed to change. Stuff like Ghost in the Shell, Kira. I'm sure everyone knows these ones.
Yeah.
Those I would say are good examples of the pinnacle of anime for being not only good in storytelling, character development, but animation quality as well.
Agreed, yes.
And for whatever reason, they've kind of moved away from that, which I kind of feel sad about.
Well,
but
actually, I was looking into this. Apparently, anime is just not a booming industry. It's very hard to adequately pay your animators when you do it. So it's like that's why you get a lot of fan service in the shows and a lot of attention
Right,
because they're
right.
appealing to the audience that they sell to the most.
no,
So
that's a shame.
unfortunately-
Yeah.
I think it's a real shame because it's like unfortunately.
That's the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
I know.
And it makes perfect sense.
Because like stuff like Akira and Ghost in the Shell, the reason why they had such brilliant animation was obviously A, they had all the animators there, but B, they had like millions of dollars in budget just for that one movie.
Yeah.
So obviously they could afford to animate it properly. I'm assuming because of the declining interest in it, that's why, like you said, fan service and the declining quality of the animations
Yeah.
and just the artwork.
Trying to imagine $1 million spent on drawing is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Well, the sad thing is, imagine $1 million spent on drawing panty shots.
Actually, it wasn't $1 million. It was the second one was 20 mil, and I can't remember what the first one was.
Whoa.
But yeah,
Cool.
the second Ghost in the Shell movie was 20 mil in
You know,
budget.
it's probably very normal for that. It's just that because, we're not animators.
Yeah.
We're not like aware of how much it costs to produce that kind of
I
thing.
know, right?
Here's one. You should know this one, Ben. The anime Wakfu. Shown
Yeah.
to us by a friend. It's like French or something.
Oh yes, the
The
French one.
animation itself isn't frame by frame. It's like blended or whatever they call it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
They
frame,
actually use
frame.
software to do it.
Yeah.
Does that have its own special name? Like if I want to go find that particular
I
smooth
think there
kind of
is.
animation.
You know, I don't actually know personally.
It was my understanding that that's how most animations now were done.
is,
There was a
yeah.
blending because I remember watching the producers and the animators of Afro Samurai discussing how they were doing it, and it was one of the only animations now that still do frame by frame drawings.
Yeah, that's just
The
called
whole
full
way
frame animation,
Yeah.
and
There we
the Looney Tunes used to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously that's why they took nearly like the entire year just to do a 5-minute short or whatever, a 7-minute short, because they were doing full frame. It was high quality artwork, so it was like literally everyone. They had like entire studios
Yeah.
just to do like 10 seconds or something like that. It was ridiculous.
One thing I would love to see is high production quality 3D CG movies
Yeah.
going back into
Yes,
cinema.
yes.
I saw some
I would
really
too.
cool ones back when the advent of DVD happened.
yeah.
The first DVD movie that I ever watched was called Final Fantasy.
Are you going to
Final
talk
Children?
Spirits Within?
Spirits
Yeah,
Within,
yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I struggled with that because
Yeah.
I thought the whole time I thought it was some offshoot of the actual Final Fantasy universe, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do. That's why a lot of people didn't like it,
And-
because it had nothing to do with Final
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Going back to watch it
I loved it,
now, going back to watch it now, even though the animation's pretty average, it was a very engaging film.
For the time,
much
it
so.
was groundbreaking. So
Yeah,
obviously, it hasn't aged quite as well. But
If we think about The Last of Us, for example, everyone knows The Last of Us video game, right?
Yep.
yes.
That was, I'm sure plenty of people would go against this, but I thought that was a very it wasn't groundbreaking, but it had been so long since we had such a good narrative in that
Yeah,
regard.
it was
Where we
definitely renowned for that. Yeah,
the
very
acting.
much story.
The acting was great.
Yeah, actually,
you
now that you
it was
mention it.
fantastic.
You felt connected to the characters. I see no reason why that doesn't get put. If someone said, "Here's a 3D CG Last of Us movie," I'd go watch.
Yeah,
It does
that's-
help that all those games had actual writers for it and actual actors, so
Same
it helps a
with,
lot. And Until Dawn had the same thing. They had an
Well-
actual Hollywood writer.
Well, I would
and
argue
actors for
they
it.
had actual actors in Call of Duty.
Okay, yeah. You're
Hello,
you're
I'm Sean B.
giving the exception that proves the rule, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, Uncharted. I don't know if you've ever seen the behind the scenes of Uncharted, but they actually have full. The actors all wear the suits.
Oh yeah,
and act out the
full
whole
mocap.
thing.
Yeah,
full
yeah.
mocap.
Yeah.
But watching like the people film that, it's just like watching a normal film.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Like and the money, like the level of a narrative that you could produce.
Yeah.
With that, I just think it'd be more immersive for me if the whole world was 3D CG done really well than it is like sort of half and you can see the seams.
I think I know what you're saying, Nathan. We need another Beowulf.
Everyone,
Thank you,
everyone
thank
like
you.
ragged on
Yeah.
that, but you know what? It was what it was.
I didn't mind it.
Look,
The
look,
naked
was
guy
alright.
swinging from a chandelier killing stuff. Like,
Yeah, I
whatever.
think.
Look, we got a wonderful CG Angelina Jolie asked for that, so
Oh yeah,
it's fine. Yeah.
tasty. Oh, now Lockie's on board.
Okay. Okay, if we're going to be talking about that, we need a 3D animation. Oh, I'm totally spacing on her name. She played the main character in Underworld, Kate.
Kate
Kate
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale.
Yes.
Yep.
Shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
Here we go.
oh,
You know, the Underworld movies are absolute garbage. They are hot garbage, but I watch them just because I love how they're shot and edited.
Yep.
They edited quite well.
I thought everyone watched it because Kate Beckinsale was in
Yeah,
it.
Kate Beckinsale is. She has bad taste in men because she doesn't go out with me.
or me.
Yeah, or you, Lachlan.
I'm happy to go on a 3-way date with her. You want to?
Yeah, I'll cheers to that, my
Yeah,
friend.
all right. There we go.
Yes.
Yep.
We've threesome with Beckinsale. It's set in stone now.
Oh, done.
Nathan, who is your movie waifu?
Uh,
Apart from your girlfriend. Got your back, bro.
my movie waifu. I don't know. I've always been attracted to that. I think going back to anime. I think the anime term is it's not tsundere.
Tsundere.
Whatever.
No,
What? So
no,
you like a tsundere, do you?
Well,
Yeah.
Wait, Sundari is the one, like the whip.
No.
No,
it's
tsundere
where they
is the
don't
one
like you.
yeah,
and then
but they
end up
actually
liking
secretly-
you.
Yes.
something.
Oh, yeah. It's not
They're-
like I wanted you to like me, but baka.
Exactly.
The
They're the ones
concept
that
is-
put up the wall, but they actually, yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
like my celebrity girlfriends to have to be strong, independent characters where
Mm.
they'd probably beat the shit out of me, but they'd be with me because I'm like the little weak one.
Yeah.
But not so weak that I'm not compatible.
Wait, so
Yeah.
like Kate Beckinsale in Underworld?
Nah, I'm pretty sure she'd break my neck.
That'd be the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would totally be on board with Kate Beckinsale snapping my neck into like a twig.
I'm okay with that.
Even because that's the thing, it's not really celebrities I'm into, it's characters. Like for example, like Lara Croft, cool and all, way too good at her job, way too intimidating. As far as I'm
I
concerned.
much prefer the remake Lara Croft where she's.
Well, at the time, she's actually technically more. What's the word? Well, are we talking about the games now? Or are we talking about the movies?
No, I was talking about the games.
Yeah, but just remember, even in the reboot where we're getting her origin story, she's still way more athletically fit and capable than most of us were if we were in the same situation.
It's
That's
true.
that's true.
However, she's a lot more empathetic than she
That
is
is true.
in the rest of the
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
Like she's like it seems like she isn't that crazy. Oh, I'm the best character. She just does it. So that's probably more in line with where I was going, since we're so into my preferences.
I'm deep into your preferences, mate. What about you, Lockie? Like apart from Kate Beckinsale, obviously, who's like a woman or a character that you've just fallen in love with in a movie?
Oh, I know, Lucky so well, Fran Drescher.
I'm
Okay.
struggling with names here. God help it. Ben, pull her up on Google.
Okay.
Sheffield.
Oh,
See,
okay.
and that wasn't even her voice, but it's just as fucking annoying, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Mr.
we
Sheffield.
instantly knew-
There it
yeah.
is.
That's
You got to speak through your nose. That's how you do
Yes,
it.
Okay, the last
I'm
celebrity
sorry.
crush I had, besides Kate, was a long time ago because I never really got into celebrities.
Yeah.
Was Hilary Duff, actually.
I just touched your dead skin.
Okay.
Stop
touching the dead skin.
I'm moving this in a minute. No, I'm moving it now. Fuck this.
It's blue.
So is most of my arm, Nathan. Touch me.
I just want you all to share. I just want you all to share in that sensual moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need the tea leaves anymore. Just give me the hot water.
Oh god.
Oh, right. Anyways,
So please join us.
Hillary Duff.
Take your dead friend's skin, flake it off, and put it in your tea. That's what I meant to say.
Delicious.
don't do that. Don't listen to Ben. He's
I'm the voice
So,
of reason on this podcast.
You were telling us your celebrity poon.
Hillary Duff. Definitely
Yeah,
Hillary
yeah.
Duff.
Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Hillary and Kate.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that feels a little jailbaity, but I have seen her recently, and I totally understand.
Keeping in mind how old she was to when we saw her on Disney Channel.
I was 6.
Yeah.
My first boner was not from Hillary Duff.
You know, suit yourself. I've got that going for me now when we have our first discussion.
Oh, Hillary, you gave me my first boner. Wanna fuck?
Yeah, I'm sure she'd be charmed by that.
It worked on me. That's how
Hillary-
me and Lockie first had sex.
Hillary, if you're ever listening to this, shout outs. You damn fine. If you want to link up, you know where to find me. Right here at the lounge table.
Shout out to the red Teletubby. Every time.
Nathan likes that po tang.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I got something for Tinky Winky. That ass wobble fat.
Well, I suppose that leaves me. So I
Yeah,
suppose
Henry.
I'll give 2 in terms of character and actual real person. I mean, we were talking about Ghost in the Shell before. So Major Motoco probably would have been my first character one. When I saw her, I was like 12 or something. And yeah, that was when I realized that cartoons could be a lot more interesting.
We know where this is going now.
Henry actually does have a waifu.
Yeah. But in terms of real celebrities, I don't know.
There's no such thing as real celebrities.
Well, you know what I
there is
mean.
only your waifu.
Yes.
Can I answer your preference? Is that
Are you gonna
alright?
take a guess?
Yeah,
Go for it.
The safest one, just Hayden Panettiere, probably.
Ooh,
At any
she
time.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
But she's like the all-round gorgeous, so it's like no one wants
Yeah.
to say that because she's just like the
Yeah.
you know, normal person. But,
Yeah.
well, perfect,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
She's not Lara Croft.
Yeah. No,
No one's Lara Croft.
Just you can choke
Except
her
for
to death a million
Angelina
times,
Jolie.
she's getting back
Shit,
up.
are you serious?
Angelina Jolie was Lara Croft.
No, I'm playing right now.
So that was really good.
Thank you.
You did the acting.
Oh, no way.
No, we-
Oh, no way. Oh, that was pretty
I thought we agreed not to be political.
Racism isn't political.
Actually, the other one would have been. Has anyone seen the movie Dread? Not the Stallone one, but the
new one.
the newish one. I mean,
Yeah,
it's in
yeah,
something. So whoever the chick was, I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
was
That
pretty-
played Dread's sidekick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually, people like,
Right.
obviously it got slammed because it's not exactly a
I love-
masterpiece.
I
but
love the
thought
shit
it
out of it because it was more accurate to the Dread universe than the previous one.
I thought it was great.
It was
to be
actually a
honest.
pretty good movie, though. I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
I've watched it dozens of times
It was very
already.
artistic.
It is.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely very well shot, very well edited as well.
Yeah.
And
And whoever played Anderson.
yeah. And actually,
Very
it set a
fine.
good precedent because you
Yeah.
had movies after that like Mad Max Fury Road, John Wick as well. Both very successful and well received movies that kind
Yeah.
of took after the who gives a shit about talking, let's just fight.
Yeah. I am just sad that they never managed to get enough funds for the second one, even though they were trying desperately hard to get a second one going.
Unfortunately, it didn't get that much critical praise.
No.
I actually really liked Anderson's character. I thought they
Yeah,
managed
yeah.
to make this like strong female character who wasn't trope strong. You know, it wasn't-
Here's an important thing. She was an actual character. And that's all it needed
and she
to
had
be.
clothes for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But like if we look at I don't even remember her name, bald chick from Fury Road.
Oh, yeah,
right,
yeah,
with,
yeah.
with the one hand and all that sort of stuff.
yes.
It's like they built her as Sarah Connor, as far as I was concerned. And like Sarah Connor remains to me probably like one of the most iconic power women.
That's
Actually,
true.
yeah, I very
Because
much agree.
she
Yes.
wasn't-
And she was an actual character as well. It
She wasn't
just-
overly masculine either.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so she managed to maintain all these things. Yeah.
I would also go as far to say that the Terminator was a pretty powerful character.
Yes, thank you. Well done. Yes.
I don't see it. Arnold Schwarzenegger was just a bodybuilder extraordinaire.
You know,
It doesn't really ring with power to me.
In the end, his feelings got him killed.
That's I mean,
And cut.
yeah. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong.
He's not wrong. I didn't
Yeah.
expect that kind of dark turn.
Well, not just killed, like melted in freaking lava.
It's actually kind of upsetting to think about now.
That's right. He comes back in the past.
They've got copies. They've got backups of him. We can rebuild him. We can make him better.
We have the CGI.
Yes. Yes.
Fucking, that was the best part about Terminator Salvation. CGI Arnie.
Oh, God,
Playing
yeah.
Arnie.
I was so annoyed with that film. I thought as a kid, because obviously we all saw it when we were young, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I was like, right into the whole rebellion military thing. It's
Yeah,
one of my
yeah.
favorite sort of like fantasies, I guess.
Again, anything up
Fantasies.
to anything up to 2 was
Yeah,
well,
and the thing with I was waiting for Salvation. I was like, I've always wanted to know what that war was like. Humans versus
Yeah,
machines.
exactly.
It was.
Oh yeah,
there's
I'm sure we all were. Yeah.
There's the concept because humans versus zombies is like it's great. Zombies that have a brain, but that's a plague. But humans versus machines, like
Yeah.
we are like we are these tiny infinitesimal things compared to them. It's cliche.
Definitely.
It wasn't even just machines; it
was-
was like a massive intelligent AI
Yeah.
and machines. But
And
I
there
don't know,
was
man.
this.
It took me 2 months to figure out that I just had to update the BIOS on my computer to fix it. What if one of them gets a glitch?
It's true. And the humans usually can work that out anyway.
Virus.
The concept there was that they had this rich universe, this conflict going on. They had the motherships full of human cattle in them.
yeah.
But to me, the movie itself, it just did not explore the war. It just explored the end of it. I thought that was
Well, the thing is,
maybe
I-
lost.
I think the problem was they just got caught up with doing a character study on Connor rather than, like you said, they should be more overarching on the whole, how machine-human interface had degraded so poorly to that point and all the rest of the actual war itself, what caused it, blah, blah. Instead, they just focused on, obviously, our hero. And even though they had Christian Bale in there, it still sort of felt flat, the entire movie.
I
Yeah.
love the good Terminator. I know him as Zoosh because that was his character name in Defiance, and never learned a new one because why would you ever want to have a different name?
Exactly. Also, the ending of Salvation was bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the ending of Salvation. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Well, we'll
Spoiler alert.
say it
Who
properly.
gives a
Okay.
shit? Spoiler. It's
Yeah, yeah.
probably shit.
No one can survive being stabbed through the freaking heart. Okay, that's just bullshit.
It is.
Even if it's the future, if you're still a flesh and bone being,
Okay, theory.
you can't survive being stabbed through the heart. Anyway.
Theory though, what if you have 3 hearts?
I'm a doctor though, you see.
If I'm a double doctor and I say bullshit to that.
Double Doctor wins. I'm sorry, Nate.
I'm
Unfortunately, I was going to say, unfortunately, also, as much as I love you, Nathan, a doctor in making sex toys for the Cthulhu does not really have much of a grounding in
Do you know
this.
how many hearts Cthulhu has? No, I do.
How many hearts does Cthulhu have?
I'm not allowed to know.
That backtracked real fast.
It's good stuff.
Did you even take a breath in between those two opinions?
Yes, no.
We will never know Cthulhu Targan.
Okay, looks like Nathan is a walking paradox at this point.
Which,
Walking.
again, is
Walking.
appropriate.
He was been hovering in midair for 7 minutes.
I'm currently sitting. Ha!
What?
Huh?
Dude, I'm tripping the fuck out right now.
Man, Henry, what did you put in this tea, man?
I'm not allowed to divulge such secrets.
Some
Like,
good
man, you
shit.
told me it was safe to snort my skin and shit. Like,
No, I didn't. That was Nathan
Can you
who
not
said
do that
that.
while having a mouthful of hot tea? That hurt. oh, my throat.
And I think this is the perfect time to wrap it up since
No,
Ben has gone and ruined his throat. Well done, but
please, I could
Absolutely
go
well
on.
we understand
could
that,
you
Ben. We understand.
could you really go on?
Yeah, probably not, eh?
We'll save your throat for another day, shall we?
I'll be right. Oh, but I wanted to talk about
That's one of the
more-
most sexually charged things I've ever heard.
We've already gone down that rabbit hole, so why not follow and see where it goes?
Yeah, well, I've been told that's the only thing my throat's good for, so.
It's kind of romantic. I've got like butterflies rolling around in my tummy right now.
Anyways,
You know, more than that rolling around in your tummy when I'm done with you, boy.
Oh, baby, no.
Oceans have come. Anyway.
Anyways, that's a brilliant spot to stop there and finish off. And we'll say thank you for joining us for our podcast. We hope you've enjoyed our rambling and chilling and hanging out with us. We hope you enjoyed some nice tea as well along with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, Henry.
No worries.
Thank you,
as
thank
always.
you.
And we hope you join us for our next podcast. And yeah, we shall see you next time.
And
Until then,
Cthulhu for tagging everyone.
Wiedersehen.
Shout outs to Cthulhu and Kate.
And remember, this is all pre-alpha, so any lack of quality, that's totally not our fault. So until next time, bye.
Adios from the lounge table.
See you later.